Ilati's podcast.
Hello, my name is Luisa Ausenda, and I'm here with Caterina, Taurelli, Salimbeni. We are the curators of Ilati's, and today we're here to tell you a little bit about this project. Back in January 2023, we went to Lugano and we met up with Ethan Giannini from Valuart, who presented us a project he was working on, Noma. Noma is an active immersive room, a van that has projectors inside and outside it. Inside it, Valuart was able to build an immersive room that you can experience by sitting in the middle of the van.
We both come from the art world and we are interested in all those forms of experimentation between disciplines. For this reason, the artists that we have engaged for Ilati's are all artists, not only among the ones that are most famous and influential in the art and design world, but they also all explore that intersection between digital and physical matter. So they all experiment on these both levels. And it is difficult to, just to confine them in the design, in art, in digital. They all work with these melting disciplines all together. And they are Ron Arad, Khaled El Mays, Diango Hernández, Hermine Bourdin, and 695.
Since Noma is a van, we decided that the best format for our happening would be an itinerant format, and one of the best frames for it would be a decentralized context such as Salone del Mobile, Milan Design Week. Ilati's means somewhat uncomfortable, restless, and thus Ilati's is an extravagant itinerant happening that goes in different places. Instead of having the audience reach it, the happening goes to the audience in courtyards and square. Therefore, it's a universally accessible happening, it's inclusive, and it subverts some of the most common characteristics of the Salone, by which usually you cannot touch the furniture, you have to queue for a long time or be invited to an event, and you are somewhat distant from the works.
For this reason, we say that Ilati's, and it is actually Ilati's an happening and not an exhibition, because it is something that actually occurs in open spaces in different squares of Milan, and that just people can experience also in a casual way without being invited necessarily. And what is interesting is the fact that you experience open air extravagant living room just in the urban context, and it is a way to engage with people and interact not just with the furniture pieces but also with other people and having conversations. So conviviality is really an important part of Ilati's, of this happening, and also for this reason we are happy that Bombay Sapphire has accompanied us for all this entire journey.
With Bombay Sapphire, we commissioned a work to one of our artists, Hermine Bourdin. Hermine and another artist, Krista Kim, had already realized a digital artwork in which a lamp, which is shaped as a sort of snake, explodes in the desert. In the video, the lamp is somewhat transparent. Therefore, we asked Hermine if she had ever thought about producing the lamp in glass, and she replied to us that not only she had thought about it, but she had actually tried to produce it in glass with French glass blowers. And the French glass blowers just couldn't make it. Therefore, we decided to try with Italian glass blowers in Murano, Venice, and not only we managed to produce this lamp, but also to produce it in the blue Pantone of Bombay Sapphire's bottles. This was one of the three commissions that we started for this project. The other one being a carpet Espacio by Diango Hernández, a Cuban artist, and the third one being the graphic design for Ilati's. The collective City Maybe produced 5 different images, one for each space in which we are being hosted with Ilati's, in which you can see not only the building of the space that is hosting us, but also the furniture, which is somewhat dangling on top of some drones. And in the AR produced by our official app Particle, the drones are actually moving around.
In Ilati's, there are different works that are both new productions and productions that were landed by important galleries such as Nilufar or design companies such as Moroso. and all these works from that are Matrizia, the sofa we are sitting down now from Ron Arad, but also the floral collection from Khaled El Mays and the works from 6 and 5, Hermine Bourdin and Diango Hernández. They all contributed to this high quality and high level living room that we brought every time in a different space. So it's every time we just rearranged in a different way the setup of the living room.
In Lattice, we have also a number of digital art pieces. They are scattered all around the exhibition. They are inside and outside the van. Inside Noma, the active immersive room, and outside the van, they're being projected on the surface of the van and on the surface of some of the buildings of the 5 spaces that are hosting us. Moreover, we have digital art pieces in the screens, and we have AR pieces. By going to Hermine Bourdin's Instagram profile and clicking on her filters, you can experience some of her AR work, in which you can see different female figures that are inspired by her Goddesses series dancing around on your phone.
So to conclude, Lattice is a big project that we have done with the support of many people and with different partners. We have mentioned Valuart Studio and Bombay Sapphire as our main sponsor, but also Particle and Zero that co-produced as well the event and enhanced all our communication for the Fuorisalone. Lattice, it is important to say that is a modular and it's a modular format that can be really re-elaborated and renovated according to the context and the different situations. And this is what we are thinking about. So we consider this Lattice just the first edition of a series of new happenings that we are already imagining to bring outside of Italy and in new different contexts. So we will see what the next edition of Lattice will bring.